And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And I've got the iced coffee going for this morning. Sometimes people say, Father, do you really have coffee in the mug? And so, yes, now you can see I do have actual coffee. I usually do. I always do. You just can't see it sometimes. It's been hot lately, so I've got the iced coffee, and you can see there's no ice left because it's so hot. And last week, I was blessed to be at our Metropolis summer camp for the week with my family. And so I wanted to reflect on something that I noticed about camp. For those of us that went to camp when we were younger, and I did not. I was not one of those kids that went to summer camp. But it was a wonderful experience. It was a great week. We had about 10 kids or so from our parish that were there. And what was interesting, I was noticing towards the end, of course, the last day or two, you can see the kids starting to get a little sad that they're going to leave, especially the last day. They're going to miss camp. And it's interesting that, and this happens, I think, across the board. For the most part, yeah, to some extent, they're homesick and they want to go home, but they're going to miss being at camp. And I thought, well, I wonder what it is about camp that makes us miss it when we leave. And so I was thinking about it and talking to some of the kids, and they said, we're really going to miss it. That was great. And I stopped and I thought, what is it about it that's so great? And how come we can't have whatever those elements are in our everyday life? So it's like, how can we be living some of what we experience at camp in our everyday life? And this isn't for kids. I'm talking about for us as adults and beyond. Well, think about what you have at camp. Number one, they weren't on any technology. When you get there, you have to turn in your phone. So there's no technology for a week, really. So that's the first thing. They're unplugged completely. And so we think about that. Now they're focusing on relationships, right? And because it's a church camp, they're focusing on developing their relationship with God, right? They're spending time with Christ. Because there's 2 services every day. They wake up, there's morning prayers, there's Orthros in the evening, there's Vespers. There's quiet time with God. There's devotionals every night that they do with their cabins and their counselors. And so there's Orthodox life sessions. Some camps have Bible studies. So first, there's designated time that they're spending with Christ, with God, developing that relationship. Second, they're developing relationships with each other, right? They become incredibly close friends after just 5 days. And some people develop friendships that they have their whole life because they went to camp together. Because you have that sort of immersed relationship, right? You're spending all day, every day together. You're sleeping in the cabin, around each other, maybe on bunk beds. You're going through all this stuff together. They have this bonding experience. So they're unplugging from distraction and technology. They're deepening their relationship with Christ. They're deepening relationships with other people, their personal relationships. They're enjoying a wide variety of things. They're outside, right? There's usually archery, and there's canoeing, there's hikes, there's special things, fun things, there's dances, there's things that they get to do. And then, of course, as we're thinking about all of those things, there's a schedule, right? There's order to the day. It's like you wake up and you know what you're supposed to do. It's like, okay, I wake up at this time, the same time every day, and there's prayer. And then I eat breakfast at this time. And then we're doing this event and this activity. There's a schedule. And I think kids especially crave that. But all of us kind of like having an idea of knowing what we're supposed to be doing. It gives us a sense of accomplishment when we get through it. When we know at 3 o'clock I'm supposed to do this. And I do that every day. When I do it, I get that little dopamine hit. Feels good. And then I move on to my next task. So all of these things, I think, don't have to be camp specific. And that's what I was trying to tell some of the kids as we were leaving. I said, you're sad to go, but think about what made it so great. What made the week so great? Why do you have to stop doing that? You can keep doing that. You can stay unplugged. Now, you'd have to stay on your technology 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. But, it's okay to take an afternoon off or an evening off and just set your phone down, turn your computer off. Spend time with people, doing fun activities. Get outside when it's not 110 degrees. And enjoy spending time with friends and with family, activities, being together. All of those things are beautiful things. And they shouldn't be things that we only experience 5 or 6 days a year when we're looking forward to going to a summer camp. These are things for us as adults we should be trying to do and aspiring to. Deepen my relationship with Christ, get rid of all the distractions at certain times, try to get a good routine and a good schedule down, try to spend time with the people that I love, having fun activities and fun experiences. If you do that, then you're living camp, and you're doing it every day. You're doing it every week of the year. And it's amazing because camp can be transformative. Going to a retreat center and having a real retreat can really be energizing and transformative for us. And that's what we want. Well, why not have that on a regular basis? And that should be something that we're working on and trying to have, not only, as I said, 1 week a year, but each and every day. Amen.